Hello, my dear friends. Happy to be with you after some days of Easter celebrations which we had. This whole time where we read in the Gospels, we hear about the revelation of the risen Lord. In the recent times, you might have also heard about the death of the opposition leader in Russia, Navalny. And many, especially in West Europe, say that this Navalny was killed. He has actually given his life as an opposition leader for the sake of his own country, Russia. I don't want to go into the political issues of this country, but at the same time, some of the issues which we hear from some people saying that he is not dead. In what way they can say this, my dear friends? Navalny, an opposition leader who was arrested by the government, and he was put in jail for many months, some years also, and at the end he died. Today people say that he is not dead, he is alive. I think I can understand in a way that the people say that yes, Navalny is dead bodily, but in his spirit he is alive with us. He is still among us, and we will bring freedom for Russia. Exactly the similar way, my dear friends, where we can hear that Jesus is alive. In the gospel reading of this weekend, especially on Sunday, we hear that Jesus is coming into a room like where I am sitting now, and he is showing himself to his disciples and to his followers, and they are very much terrified and astonished that a spirit is coming inside. And Jesus is saying, spirit does not have flesh and bones. And he is trying to eat something. And all the people who are sitting there, they were filled with fear. How a person who is dead can be there? My dear friends, this is a theological discussion till today. Even after 2000 years, how we can understand the reality of the resurrection. How is Jesus alive? Today in the whole world we preach and we hear from the preachers that Jesus is alive. Jesus is living, hallelujah, and so on. The Christians, especially the Christians, they say that yes, Jesus is alive and we are the witnesses. Of course, many other religions, they acknowledge that Jesus lived, but they cannot accept that Jesus is risen from the dead. Some of them would say that he has gone to India and he lived for many years. Afterwards, he died as a normal person and so on. Because the aspect of resurrection is not that easy to understand. But at the same time, I would say, my dear friends, like the Russians, or some of the Russians say that Navalny is living today, more than that, we can say Jesus is alive. In all our undertakings, in all our ways, how we live our life, how we belong, or how we live the belongingness to our God as our Father, the way how we approach other people, how we show mercy to others, how we understand others, how we forgive others, how we establish a country, a politics, or a nation according to the will of God, how Jesus has preached. In all the ways, we can really show that Jesus is alive. These days, as I celebrate the masses with First Communion children, I see very much that Jesus is touching them. Even today, my dear friends, many adults get baptized in the world, and Christianity is becoming much stronger and stronger because Jesus is alive. Whether he is having flesh or bones, that is secondary. The first and foremost thing is Jesus is alive today. Jesus is alive, but if we acknowledge him, then we can bring him to the people. If he is alive and if he is not giving any effect to the country or to our own lives, then it is useless. We have to bring Jesus to our own actions. Jesus is risen and he is among us, and he is in every place, in every room, in every working place where we are. If we are able to acknowledge him, if we can understand and see his presence, then if we are working according to that, then Jesus will be shown to everywhere. So my dear friends, that time, 2000 years back, the disciples understood. That's why they went to the whole world to preach that Jesus is alive. Today is our duty to show in action that Jesus is alive. I wish you all the best, and I hope that in our actions, in our words, and in our deeds, we show that Jesus is alive. Then that is the resurrection for us. Bye-bye.